Welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. May you live your truth. Good morning from sunny Los Angeles. This is Dr. Erin, teaching universal laws and spiritual truth. Today's topic is how to have confidence. And I find it quite interesting that if you take a look at a lot of the coaches online, you take a look at even Tony Robbins and Charlene Johnson, I believe her name is, they all have courses on confidence, which is fascinating. Is there that many people seeking courses in confidence? I was dumbfounded when I saw all that. So according to a dictionary, confidence is the feeling or belief one can rely on someone or something, and or the state of feeling certain. And so today, the truth is, from a spiritual perspective, that there's only one source of confidence, and it is spirit, your true self, that within you that is untouchable, unshakable, and is always has the confidence. You can rely on it. Let me tell you, you can rely on it. It's also the state of feeling certain. So if you want to feel certain, you have to always have your truth and everything based from the inner world. So many people have a false sense of confidence. We see it. I mean, here in LA where I'm at, the bloated ego is out of control. And we see it over and over again, the celebrity, the rock star crumbling down in overdose because they realized that nothing they had was real, that it was just completely intangible, that this identity thing called a bloated ego doesn't last. And I've seen it over and over again with clients, especially when people are coming towards the end of their life. They generally always get their whole ego shifts really fast, and it's a beautiful thing. We get to, get shaken back into reality, which is it all comes from spirituality. Spirituality is the reality that everything comes from spirit. That's a tongue twister, let me tell you. So confidence is often it's misidentified. We literally we don't even know what it really is. We think of it as something that comes from material wealth. We think of that we can just do anything, that we're going to walk in and we're going to have confidence and we're going to, not care about anything. It's often on lofty identity. So some spiritual people even have a delusional sense of being an all-powerful spiritual being. So the story that comes to me is a few things. One is I had an incredible dear friend, and he was very, very spiritually advanced. I met him in the last 3 years of his life, and I won't name names here just because coming down to some of the raw stuff around his life, he was literally one of the most loving people I'd ever met in my entire life. Very, very spiritually advanced, could do things, go places in his consciousness that it would literally blow your mind. However, he loved junk food. And so the deal is that there is a humility in confidence from a spiritual perspective. And sometimes I drop the F-bomb, and sometimes, we want to mess around and say we're all that just to be a little swanky and get some drama going on. But the reality is that we need to be humble. We need to be humble because there is this thing called the law of the universe. And we have created this. Spirit has created this. The true self of each and every one of us has created these laws, this kind of the rules of this life. And if we don't abide by them, then we have the result. It's a cause and effect thing called the law. So if you put too much junk food in your body, guess what? He ended up dying of bone cancer because his body was so acidic from so much junk food over the course of his life. He was kind of obese and didn't have great health. And he had an incredibly strong consciousness, but it caught up to him. You can only, do that for so long. And it also reminds me of, I just found out actually this morning, that a dear friend of mine died of an overdose. He was actually a very spiritual person, in my opinion. He had gotten a degree from a very well-known Ivy League school and was really into consciousness, highly involved in the I don't know what the name of it was, but it's up in the Bay Area. They do a lot of LSD experiments in the spiritual realm. And in my opinion, again, it's like we're naturally not supposed to be having our enlightenment through drugs. And look, all the power to you. There's medicines, whatever. I am not the the person to have the total opinion on that, but I'm a purist at heart. I believe that it's sustained greater when you do it naturally. But in that, he overdosed because he kept having to go to drugs to get the same state of enlightenment that he wanted to reach all the time. And again, through the law, our bodies are not designed that way. If you put drugs into your body, there is a cause and effect of that, and sometimes it doesn't go so well. So on that note, I know that confidence is really who you are. If you really peeled back the layers of your consciousness, as we say, peeling back the layers of the onion, there is a true unshakable confidence within each and every one of us, because when we tap into our immortal, eternal self, that part of us that has all the answers, that just knows and doesn't have judgment upon ourselves and others, there's a confidence that comes with that. And I know you guys have seen that. I've seen people where they walk in the room and you're like, wow, what does she have? I'll have what she's having. And I'm not talking about when Harry met Sally, that kind of thing. I'm talking about the real deal. I'm talking about people that walk in that have the charisma. And, Christ is based in the word charisma. There's a charisma that comes with awakening. And so on that note, today's universal law is the law of divine will. And the absolute truth is that God's will is your will. And I'll never forget this, because it was one of the questions on my ministerial panels. We had a 3-day panel, and it was one of the ones that I didn't answer the way they wanted me to answer it. And I was like, what? So interesting. Your will is God's will. So will is not the future, like this will happen. It's like will, free will. And if we change that word in every sentence that we see, it will happen. There's no future in the spiritual sense. Will is your will. It's God's will. And so this law works in direct proportion to your ability to direct energy upon universal law by the power of your mind and the conviction of your heart. Divine will it has nothing to do with force. It's not force upon the physical realm. Control is influenced by the beliefs within your soul. And so I know today is a day to fully step into your confidence. And how do you do that? By tapping into your true self and aligning with your true authentic self, and literally releasing limiting beliefs, and then aligning and knowing that your will is God's will. So today's spiritual practice, because every day we have a fun little practice, we're in this game called life, is to be mindful of the choices you make today. Be mindful, because your will is God's will, right? So be mindful of everything you're doing. What choices are you making for yourself? What choices are you making as far as the food that you're putting in the body? What choices are you making as far as the people you're choosing to spend your life with, your friends, the people that are going to be majorly influencing your life, because you are one and the same. And literally the last thing is a daily challenge, because we're going to have fun. Every day we have a fun challenge. And today's challenge is to do one thing that scares you. I want you to get out of your comfort zone. Have fun with it. Don't do anything that's like unethical for you or immoral, but do something that is fun. Shake it up. Go somewhere you've never gone. Do something you've never been. Call somebody that you're dying to call that you haven't called. I don't know. Get out of your comfort zone. Go salsa dancing like I go sometimes, or I don't know. Go jump on a plane somewhere if you have the funds to do that. I have no idea. But today is all about confidence. And the truth is this. Let's know the truth together. I invite you to just take a big inhale, and knowing the truth, I really recognize that there is one source of confidence. There's one thing and only one thing that you can rely on. There's only one state of certainty, and it is that tapping into spirit, your true self, that aspect of yourself that is unlimited, is eternal, that knows and has all the wisdom and innovation that it could ever need. And I know right now and right here that there's something in you that knows this is the truth. That it is not your confidence, and your identity is not the money that you make, the relationship that you are in, or any of that stuff. It is the core of who you are. That's the place for confidence. So when we no longer look outside to the outside world for our confidence, and we only look to God, to within, to divine, to love, that true essence, we are set free and we are unstoppable. And we can go in any room and literally be magnetized. Everyone wants to be around us because they want a piece of that light. We all want the light. It is the ultimate drug of choice for me. And so I know with certainty that the truth is known of what confidence is. I literally release this, know who I am, as together we say, and so it is. And so on that note, please like, share, and comment. If you're on iTunes, please give us a nice review. It's much appreciated. If you are on YouTube right now, please comment, subscribe, and let other people know about this. You can also find me at erinfallhaskell.com or drerin.tv. Also, you can join our community. I'm on Facebook. We have a group there called Awakening with Erin. Also, 30dayprosperity.com and thedivinemastermind.com. So join our community, get involved, private message me, and let me know what topics you want to talk about. We also have Ask Erin, the app, my app, Erin Fall Haskell, Dr. Erin, is on iTunes, Google Play, all that good stuff. It's a free app. It has 30 guided meditations on there. And also you can watch the lives, dailies, other podcasts, other shows, all that good stuff. And there's some cool lessons on there about intuition, mindfulness, what meditation is, and all that good stuff. So have a wonderful, wonderful day.